What's up, everybody? This is the Real Radio Podcast. Welcome to another episode, episode 30. Episode 23, right? So we are going to discuss on a number of things. But first, before we get there, I'm so happy to be excited about the milestone we have taken from the previous episodes, and also for supporting this podcast. We hit 1,000 and something, and I think 100 subscribers, which is a very upward trend, and I hope that you subscribe and support this community. All right. So amongst the stories we were to look at today, I was perusing through Instagram, and I saw that now the youth are going to be monitored in terms of usage, and I think it was a report from Wall Street Journal. Let me repeat the whole of it. We see how they're trying to curb children using the internet, because it seems to be a bigger problem, not just a minor problem, which is growing, right? So according to Wall Street Journal, which was posted today, starting this week, it will begin automatically making youth accounts private with the most restrictive settings, and younger teens won't be able to get around it by changing settings or creating adult accounts with fake birth dates. Building on changes to teen accounts it announced earlier this year, and following years of criticism about child safety, the Meta platform's owned social network said it will shift 100 million teenagers in the US and around the world into guardrail accounts. The move applies to all accounts with an under 18 birth date, though teens 16 and older will be able to change their settings without parental approval. So it is a positive upward trend, because the internet is becoming so messy, and I don't know if somebody can help me. I don't know why Twitter I am trying to retrieve an account for the podcast, but I ain't getting it. I don't know. So when I input my username, I don't get the email or the code, the one the OTP, which now they will send you the reset password option, right? It is a challenge I'm experiencing. Right? So today we have a segment which is called the dilemma trivia, right? So I requested I requested you through my anonymity messages, the NGL, to share your dilemmas or your confessions. All right. To catch a double. Yeah, the confessions, right? So I'm going to read through them as I give you my thought on them. So what has been happening today, right? So the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, is claiming that the president and his convoy is sidelining him from making key decisions. This is this is not a new case. It has been happening from before. We have seen where now it is a trend that politicians play victim, that they're being underrated by their bosses so that they can get through with the sympathy votes. But I thought of it that it could be we demonstrated about key issues. Among them was the Adani deal, which was to lease the JKA airport, and I hear that the airport is still being auctioned and the deal is underway. So what is being done? We could think it this way. We could speculate it this way, that we could be being distracted with these shenanigans, that now the deputy president is being sidelined, and at the end we realize that it is just a sideshow, so that so that now the deals can be done and paperwork be completed, and then all in no time we get the deals being done, right? So also they could also be playing a certain game. You see, politics has been always about publicity, right? Just like content creation, where it is a competitive space. You really need to stand out, and then now people talk about publicity, both bad or good, has always been publicity. So you are going to sell your agenda depending on the number of people you reach, right? And now we have politicians, celebrities using the same tactics, just same like Trump. He has had many attempts of assassination like never before, right? And it is something that I don't know how to describe it, but it seems for me I could say it is so toxic. Because why will you think uh, of chasing clout now, of feeling that you can lie to the public in as much as they can talk about you in the capacity of a deputy president, or rather somebody who is already known, right? And you see, like now, uh, this story will continue like this until the next elections. And now what we'll have is that the politicians will come and unite and segregate themselves towards a certain agenda, because these people are business people. When you see fights like this are not out of goodwill to the public, these are just wealthy business people who are fighting. The capacity of a president, the deals you make, the involvement you get yourselves in because you have power and you can access anything, you can make the best businesses within the country because you can control so much policies. So it is a certain fight that it is that is being held, that is between Kindiki and Rigiji, right? And when we see this fight going on like this, eventually they'll come to greet each other and say, same as Ruto. Ruto always vowed that he will never ever tolerate Raila near his government. During the campaigns, he cried like that. After campaigns, now we saw a slow motion type of conversations taking place. And now, eventually, these people came to get close and now greeted each other. So, we are the market. Guys, we are the market, right? The market. We are being sold narratives so that we can buy the publicity and forget about other key stakeholders. By the there is also something I saw. President Ruto was in Haiti together with the armed forces where he was praying. I cannot imagine how he was praying about the country. And before a few months ago, we had demonstrations which killed so many people. And it is so ridiculous how the government is always running away from the killings and perpetuating that now they just happened from rogue people, right? And it is all the PR, yet we know what really happened, right? So let's see what is next year, right? So we can jump into the dilemma confessions. We get away from politics. Politics sometimes can be so harsh until you just get tired, right? Oh, did you guys see Morara is back with the Vampire Diaries? He was in Nyeri. I saw today he was in Tharakanithi. The guy is doing well. Last week he had difficulties because people were saying that now he's turning to be a beggar for money. He even posted that he wants to send money back to those who think he has conned them, right? I think he should continue with his work. He's doing a very good job. So let's dive into the dilemma confessions, yeah? Okay, so somebody here says, my sister, okay, no, there is one in the phone that I did not record. I will read it directly before we jump on the ones on the PC here. So as we think through it, let's see what we have. Okay, so this is a lady. I am in campus and my boyfriend also in campus wants me to move in with him. We are both in positions where we need to cut on costs and it seems like a rational option. Problem is, from all the stories I know of, moving in with the guy in campus always ends up getting messy and I don't like messy, right? So that's her question. Okay. So from the stories you know of, it is not something you have experienced, it is not something you have substantiated happen, it is something you hear of. This is it. When you don't do something, you don't know how bad it is, how good it is, because let's say a scenario like bad and good were known because they were tested and known. Now we can distinguish that this is good and this is bad, right? The same way as here, you have just heard of these stories. However, it could be traumatizing because your mental capacity is not up to standard, maybe to handle living with a boyfriend. You are still young. I hope so. If you are in campus, you are still young. Your mind is not yet, you ain't tolerant, right? You are just on hype. So setback could not be part of you. As much as you could avoid them, they will be there, right? So all I think is just move in with the guy, right? You go and know by yourself. Maybe I could say you don't move in with the guy, and I don't know the guy. You know how you know him better. But when you have had a second thought about it being messy, but I think the first thought is all, the first instinct is, or rather, let's say, because he proposed, now you are considering it as an option, and now you are brainstorming, meaning you have not given me a solid answer, right? That's why you are even consulting, right? So I think you just go there, see how it will be. If you are comfortable, well and good, continue. If you are uncomfortable, you have the liberty to move out, because you can make a decision for yourself and move out, right? In as much as you are trying to cut down on cost, you must be sure of somebody whom you are trying to engage with, because again, you could be saying you are cutting down on costs, and now you have other problems apart from money, right? So it is something you need to understand your guy and then find out the solution ASAP. So we also have another question here. My sister tells me my boyfriend is a womanizer and he should focus on serious people, and she gave me scenarios of him hanging out with girls behind my back which are not evident yet, because a friend of hers told her, right? Should I believe her or not? Right? Okay. This like somebody tells you you are dead, but you have not seen it, right? But somebody tells you you will die. You have not died, but somebody tells you you will die, right? It is something, maybe it could be true, it could be false, right? Or rather, is that a good example? Let's say, mm, I don't live with you, I don't have close proximity with you, and then I see maybe you do certain things that I am not always there to know or for you to tell me, and then now I come and say you have this type of character, or you take this kind of pattern, you do this kind of behaviors. So I be judging from what I have seen, right? In terms of how I have seen you. And if your sister says that your boyfriend is a womanizer and she saw it, let her provide evidence so that you have substantial information and understand where the story is coming from. Because at times your sister could be wanting your man. And what will you do, right? Or rather, maybe she could be jealous or in some way. So and now when you start getting this into your head, you're not going to perform, you're going to underperform in terms of delivering in your relationship. You're going now to feel like my money is not just for me alone. And then now when you doubt yourself, you are going to fall out eventually and break out, and now you're going to have traumas into the next person you're going to meet, because you are now based on speculation, not substantial information. So all I can say is that just calm down, wait and see how it goes. If that is true, you will know. That is all I know. If it is true about what he's saying, you will know, right? So just calm and wait for. You can be investigating. Women are good this. Yeah, you can be investigating. So yeah, we were in a club with my girlfriend, and I noticed her dancing with a certain guy whom they seem to know each other. Should I be worried or confront her, or should I keep my cool and wait until he repeats? Yeah, it's all in my love. We were in a club with my girlfriend, and I noticed her dancing with a certain guy whom they seem to know each other. Should I be worried or confront her, or should I keep my cool and wait until he repeats? Okay, so as if this is the first time she's doing it. Okay, I am. I don't know, but all I know is that if you like your girl, but it is your girlfriend. And remember, in a certain episode, I said that a girlfriend boyfriend is not a normal setup. Same as this scenario here, this is not a formal setup. Now you are going to ask her why she's doing that. You're just a boyfriend and she's your girlfriend. In as much as you love each other, I understand that you get intimate. Now you are you share the privacy, and you love one another, right? it could be something they could be having with this guy, because all I know is that a girl who respects you, or rather who knows that you are around, your presence is significant, she's not going to do certain things. So when you see certain characters, these, with, even if she explains that it was my friend or something, she should not explain in the first place. It should be her business in, while in the club, or while in any other public gathering, or maybe in a concert. You should be her business, right? So it is something, I don't know how you'll do it, but all I know is that she should stick with you, like be by your side, because you're the one who, you are her boyfriend. Why it is so discouraging to see her dancing with somebody, and then now you could be lied to that it is a friend, or what if it is her ex or her crush, right? And you are left in the back for thinking that it is a boyfriend, right? Yeah. So somebody also asked, who is your favorite musician? Yeah. Favorite musician. My favorite musician. Yeah. Kenya, we have Nyancheski. But the problem with Kenyan musicians, they will produce a song once in a lifetime. So now you can't even rely on their constant music releasing, because for a minute somebody is going to get hit song, and now you think the music is going to come back to back. Now you realize that it is not going to come back to back, right? Now we are going to complain that we are not listening globally. Africa, we have Banabu, of course, the African giant, making some good music. And I always told people that Banabu does not play Afrobeat. You know, Afrobeat is like the likes of Asake, those fast beats, Rema, Ruga, those techno, those are pure Afrobeats. Yeah, Banabu could have done Afrobeats, right? But his genre is more of dancehall mixed with Afro, not Afrobeat, mixed with Afro style, yeah, the Nigerian language, and also R&B, right? That's why now you get a mix of some certain cool music mixed with high vibes, and also high tempo, right? Which makes him so outstanding. Yeah. Worldwide, we have Michael Jackson, of course. Michael Jackson has been the man. You can see here, this is Michael Jackson. He is the great of the greatest, because he's an inspiration. When you see somebody outstanding, so imagine the numbers he accumulated during his time as an active musician versus the number he could have accumulated during the era of internet, right? The numbers are so high. It means that he was serious with this work, and he was also talented. He's an inspiration. But even I was thinking, if somebody asks me a career I would prefer apart from talking or conversations, or maybe public speaking, be musician, because musicians do not find it hard. You see, a musician can play a song. A musician can just play a song he produced long time ago, around 10 years, 20 years ago, in as much as he is still performing, right? But for people like us, we really need to come here fresh. You are as good as the last episode you did, right? It is so challenging but good, because now you get to be enthusiastic about your job. Now you have to stand out and do a lot of research. But there you must do research to have conversations like for podcasts, because at times you could be blank, right? Like some time here, a producer can remember, richest producer, you're paid, you're the highest paid producer, 10,000 minus two zeros per hour. Let me read the final question. uh, Somebody asks, are you talking to anyone? Hey, can't you just focus and ask serious questions? Am I talking to anyone? But if I could be talking to anyone, I don't know. Nowadays, I don't really get to be excited about that, because you see, everything is normal. You see, now when you experience all these, the time you are excited about having someone, or maybe having to date, I don't know. At the moment, I do not have that much as much, or the aura to to have someone. So yeah, I could be talking to someone or not. I don't know even how they clarify it. I could be thinking we are talking, but not. Ah, yeah. How do you gift your girlfriend? Which girlfriend? Ah, yeah. But if there is a girl I like at the moment, I really don't like gifting now that causing the drama, that playing the music, GTA more. The thing is, I remember my dad gave me a T-shirt, and how he gave me the T-shirt. He told me, "Can you have this T-shirt and see whether can you go to your room and have this T-shirt and see whether it fits you?" So I went. It was oversized, but I didn't return, and he never asked for it. That is, I imagine we are gifted. Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see what we have here. All right. Ah, yeah. There is another question from the phone. I think I'm left with. We get done with the episode 23 on YouTube, right? You guys should subscribe and follow us on Spotify at Real Radio Podcast. And also social media on Instagram. I normally share my stories there where you can get everything. Ah, yeah, we should be closer than friends. We should be closer friends. Oh, where are you? Ah, yeah, who's your last IG search? Who's my last IG search? Let me check here, real time. Real time search. Who is my latest IG search? Mm-hmm. My last IG search was, what is this? This is Nandile Milanin from South Africa. I don't know how I found to look for her. Let's see her profile. Maybe it could be about entertainment. Really? Not. Yeah. It was Manchester City. I think I was checking about the game yesterday, and by the way, we have not forgotten. Hey, by the way, the game Man City and Arsenal. Hey, those guys were gaming. Manchester United, we can not even talk. Those are games we do not involve ourselves with. You don't involve yourselves with real gamers, right? They played fantastic football. By the Arsenal deserved the win. I don't know where the referee came from, because how can you not finish a game at the last minute? Now you wait for you extend even the extra time. And now we have Arsenal crying for, but if Arsenal were to win the game, we were not to sleep, neither were we to say anything for a minute. And I feel the Premier League is going the best way because Pep is almost coming out. He has been in England for a long time, and I see this last season because I prefer it could have been a good dancer knows when to go, right? He has won everything. He won even Champions League. He should leave. This season, I think we are more competitive. As a Manchester United fan, I feel we are more competitive. We are coming for more cups. We are coming for Carabao, FA. We are defending champions by the way for FA in case you forgot. We are also coming for possibly which cups are we going for this season? FA. Manchester United are in UF. You're foolish. You're foolish. Yeah. I think we end it at there. All you gotta do, subscribe to our community. By the way, join our community by subscribing and also following us on Spotify, right? We are on YouTube at Really Radio Podcast, and follow us on other social media channels. And let's have your opinion counting on this podcast. You see, this is now your platform. Yeah, we end it at there. Foolish boy, come and switch off. Fumbla in it. Fumbla. Fumbla dakika pinga.
6 minutes man.
Chawa ati 6. 26. Chawa Zoe.